Welcome everybody yet another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, sweet. If not, what the hell ever. I just found out this news. I'm recording this about a week and a half in advance because this news just broke and I want this to be its own separate episode instead of reorganizing everything. But it's come to my attention because I have, at least to my recollection, I have not gotten an email yet from Peacock about this or anything, that we're once again about to get a price increase, if not already, for Peacock's monthly subscription service. This is mainly going to affect people that are with that service, especially here in the U.S. if you're currently subscribed to it, because we've had the migration from the WWE Network over to Peacock 4 years ago. So we've been on this whole thing with it ever since then, with not all content being migrated. We get the live peer-reviews, stuff's been taken away because of the Raw and Netflix deal. But the article I'm going to be reading here, and I'm going to do my best to put it in the description below, is from a website called awfulannouncing.com, because they made this article around mid-July, and it's talking about the reason behind this whole service change, price increase, and what it's going to mean, because as somebody who's only watches the wrestling content, I got something to say. So their headline article says, Peacock jacks up prices as NBA debut lingers, and their quote right below that says, within a year, Peacock has gone from one of the most affordable streaming services to one of the most expensive. So it says here, just as Peacock is ready to debut a brand new package of NBA games, lovely, the NBC-owned streaming service will significantly raise its prices. According to a report by Joseph Adelian in Vulture, Peacock is set to raise its price of the ad-supported plan by nearly 40% starting July 23rd. The new price for Peacock's ad tier, which is the minimum price per month, will be $10.99, up from its current price of $7.99 per month. It comes just around a year after they already raised the price for the minimum price back from $5.99 to $7.99. So, second increase that we have seen in the price for Peacock in the last year, from about $6 up to nearly double at $11. And then the next year up that, if you don't want ads, you're going from $14 a month to $17 a month. And the reason of the price hike, it's cost of live sports. NBC will be paying over $2 billion per year for the new NBA package, which will feature weekly Peacock exclusive games. In addition, hosts several other exclusive sporting events, including Big Ten football and basketball, an NFL game each season, the Olympics, and much more. Within 1 year, Peacock has gone from one of the most affordable streaming services on the market to one of the most expensive. However, compared to its competitors, Peacock houses substantially more content in the live sports department. As NBC Universal executive Mark Marshall told advertisers in May, Peacock was built on sports. The platform will have over 7,500 hours of sports in the next year alone, more than Amazon Prime Video, Paramount Plus, Hulu, Max, Apple TV, and Netflix combined. But those hours of programming don't come cheap. For non-sports fans, Peacock will be offering a more affordable package called Peacock Select, which will be priced at $7.99 a month, but won't include any live sports or Peacock originals like Love Island. No doubt the price increase will be met with considerable angst from fans who feel they're being taken advantage of by streamers left and right. And they are. Apple TV Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and most other streaming services have increased prices in recent years as live sports rights continue to fragment across various services. Sports fans bear the brunt of the burden. So now, the one thing I have to question is, does this truly, I have a feeling this is also going to be tied into wrestling. I know people have the debate, is sports entertainment like WWE wrestling sport or not? Since it technically has athleticism, I think you can kind of count it, unless they find some kind of loophole to avoid this. But it's just even WWE's, stuff has not gotten cheaper. WWE Shop, their ticket prices and all that stuff. But it's the fact is, we've been on this service now as wrestling fans. We got migrated into this 4 years ago, and the price is now more than doubled in the last 4 years. The minimum price was $5 when we got in, which was half the price of the Peacock network subscription before this whole thing happened. And now it's going to be $11 a month, which is now going to be a little over $1 more than what WWE Network was every single month before this whole changeover happened. That's the thing I still give praise for when I talked about the WWE Network, starting to shut down and everything. I don't know how many episodes ago. that at least when we had the network, it had exactly what we wanted, and the price never increased when we had it here in America. I don't know if it has elsewhere ever since like we lost the network here in the United States. But it's like at least the network, it gave us exactly what we want. There was no excessive content, and they never increased the price every month, and that was like a big plus. But now the network or the Peacock price is increasing another $3 in the course of a year. Like it started at $5, then it went to $6. Then it jumped up to $8, so it increased $2 then, and now between last year and now we're increasing another $3. Like this is why I like have a problem with all these subscription service platforms, is that these just keep on happening, and it's just like if somebody has like maybe 1 or 2 subscriptions, that's one thing, but a lot of people out there have subscriptions to more than just one service, like for a monthly rate. People will have it for like Spotify, Peacock, Netflix, Hulu. Like I said, Spotify, they'll have gaming stuff if they do it monthly instead of annually. Like all this stuff with the constant increasing of prices, they do add up. And it's just like people do not want to bear that headache of having to keep paying more every single month for entertainment. Because let's face it, we don't have a whole lot of options. And like when you got companies that are cracking down on like copyright and piracy and torrents and all that stuff, it makes it hard to find any entertainment for like free or even a reasonable price. Because like I said, everything is just becoming more expensive and it's coming at our expense, and that's just not fair for us as consumers. Because like I said, with Peacock, I've never watched anything outside of WWE content since the very beginning, and it's just like to see this price happening again, and we don't know fully like how it affects the WWE content. Like if it gets its own tier to where we only get the WWE content, cool. But that if they're going to do that, at least give us more like of the content that's been excluded since the WWE Network got excluded from us. Because like we haven't gotten any like new episodes of Sunday Night Heat in a long time. The Raw stuff's been taken off there and put over to Netflix, which doesn't have everything. It's like consumers are not going to be motivated to give these services a chance if they're just increasing prices. And, like, sometimes they might give us some stuff, sometimes not. Because, like I said, that's the criticism I've even given with Netflix. They increase the prices and just keep taking everything away. So it's more expensive for less stuff. And, like, for, like, a lot of wrestling fans, I've seen how some of them can be. Not a lot have, like, interest on Peacock for stuff outside of wrestling. So, like, what's going to incentivize them to stick around on a service if it's more expensive while we're not getting a whole lot of new stuff outside maybe, like, like any new PLEs and like a SmackDown update or something? Because people, that's like nobody wants to have to subscribe to all these different services just to get all these things they want to see. Like if this show and this movie and that, because like you got all these rights and differences, and even the Max stuff. Like there's been constant rumored like news like every single month that they're taking stuff away there for like Cartoon Network content. So, like I said, like these prices are just increasing, and it's becoming more of a headache to the point where I believe people have the right to be upset with Peacock. They have a right to be like getting rid of their subscriptions to that stuff because they don't want to have to keep paying these constantly increasing prices. And again, that's why I don't subscribe to Spotify Premium. Like I get pissed off at the ads because like they're so repetitive and everything. But it's like, why would I then, like, the problem is, though, then, too, it's like, why would I subscribe to their premium service if it can just keep increasing the prices whenever they want? And it feels like they're just ripping money out of your pockets just without a real notice there. And like I said, the fact that all these services are doing this all the time, it adds up, and then it leaves us to the point where we're stuck with either no entertainment, or you go with these free services that include ads that will drive you nuts. I mean, even with the friggin' ad... I know people were saying, like, having a criticism with some of the recent PLEs in WWE, the amount of ads that they have to sit through is getting absolutely abhorrent. And that's understandable. That's why I sleep through the shows, or I look for alternative ways to get this stuff, because it's like, I don't want to deal with that headache. It's like watching a full segment, like, video upload on WWE's YouTube channel. It could be like a 15-minute long video, next thing you know, you got, like, 10 ads you have to sit through for the entire video itself. It's just like, that's a headache. It's like, yeah, it's a free thing, but like you also have to go through the headache, especially on YouTube because of how bad the ads can be, just having to constantly sit through that stuff just to get through one whole thing. So yeah, it's just like I've been torn on what to do about my Peacock subscription because like I said, I rarely ever check it. Like if I'm going through the shows, it'll just be get like match graphics for any of these shows that I don't already have on my hard drive, or like for social media or the subreddit or anything, but that's about it. Otherwise, I'm not watching through Peacock to keep watching all these old shows, being like, oh, I've got to watch this show live as it happens, like SummerSlam and Money in the Bank and whatever. Because again, these constant increases in prices is just adding up to the point where in this economy, it's not good. It's not feasible because everything's just more expensive and people are struggling to get by. And we rely on these entertainment services as an escape from like stress of real life, but it's hard to have them when it's hard to have money on the side to be able to invest in this stuff in the first place. And people go nuts. We want entertainment at an affordable price, but it's hard to do that when everything is just more expensive every time we turn around. So anyway, let me know your thought in the comment section below. What do you think about this news about Peacock rising the price again? Because again, it's ridiculous. It's now going to be more than double the original price when we all got brought over here because of the WWE Network. And I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, I'm still debating on whether or not to keep it anymore because, like I said, I rarely use it. And it's just like just to have this price increase constantly, it's not ideal. So anyway, let me know your thought in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember, leave a like, subscribe with the bell turned on if you're listening to this on YouTube. Comment what you thought below. And like I said, if you want to read the article that I read to you during this podcast, you can find the description as like for source material for yourself if you would like to see it. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out and good day, everybody.